This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so as we move into cost, volume, profit relationships, this moves us in the planning aspect of managerial accounting. Now, when we were doing job order process costing, that was after the fact. But now we begin to move into planning and what things we use and what tools we utilize to plan. If we're starting a new product, new division, new unit, what a company's going to do is say, I got to at least break even. Okay. So if I'm going to create a new location for a store in Pearland, how many do I have to sell to break even? Okay. What's it going to look like in a loss situation? And what's it going to look like in a profit? So that's what this line is kind of showing, the break-even point in terms of quantities that y'all are looking for. So it's the chart that kind of shows it. Okay. I told you last time that there were 3 formulas that you needed to memorize so that you could get those quantities. There are 3 formulas that you have to memorize. First of all is the break-even formula, which says the quantity for us to break even in any situation equals the fixed cost divided by what? The unit contribution margin. So when you're trying to get a quantity to break even where the profit is going to be 0, this is the formula to use. If you're trying to see the quantity to get to a certain profit level, then the fixed cost plus the target profit is divided by the contribution margin, unit contribution margin. And if it's a loss, we're going to take the fixed cost and subtract the target loss and divide it by the unit contribution margin. So as we're working and, you don't have time to do a lot of things, to just kind of fool around, you got to memorize these 3 formulas. Okay. You got to memorize these 3 formulas. And we also stated that now when we do an income statement, it's sales less variable costs gives us a contribution margin, less fixed costs give us the net income. So it's no longer sales less cost of goods sold, gross profit less operating expenses. It's sales less variable costs gives us the contribution margin, less fixed costs gives us the net income as we in this planning mode. And we said, suppose we had a situation and maybe I have these numbers in here. Oh, I have those in, so we'll just change it. Suppose we had a unit selling price of 2,500. Okay, so we're selling max for 2,500. And the variable costs of producing the max were 1,500. So we see our assumption. We have a product, computer. So selling price is 2,500. The unit variable cost of 1,500. And we're going to make the fixed cost 150,000. So our unit selling price is 2,500. our variable cost is 1,500. So our unit contribution margin is still 1,000. Take your picture of that. Take your picture. Got your picture taken?
No, I dropped my phone. Hold up.
You dropped your phone.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Okay. What this contribution margin tells us is that every time we sell one computer, we cover $1,000 of the fixed cost. The fixed cost is 100. So every time we sell a computer, we cover $1,000. So how many computers we got to sell so that all of the fixed costs is covered? The break even. That's one of the things that we're always doing. So everybody got their picture?
Let me take mine. You cut off kind of quick.
Slow, Tara. Take yours.
Hold up. There we go. All right.
All right. All right, he's better. So what we want to do is fill out this chart. We have these big formulas here again. Okay, so we're looking at any of this information here. So let me just back it out the way. Okay. So the way we start is we always go through and see what happens with one item. Okay. Insert. Okay. Let's see. I'll just put proposed in here. So we always do one item first to see how things look at one item. Then I want you to come up with the quantity that's going to produce 100,000 loss, first year. I want you to break even the second year. Then I want you to do $1 million third year. So in the first one, the quantity is always 1. You put 1 in and you work it through. Then, Brady, you got to calculate quantities for the other years. And then you prove it that those quantities works by completing this income statement, and sometime rounding will get us off, but you want to be within $100 of your number all the time. So is there any question? Okay, so our target point, fill out column 1. Everybody fill out column 1. Let's go back to the assumptions again. Everybody fill out column 1. We're not to the formulas yet. We're just looking at selling one item. Everybody fill out column 1.
Professor Boyd, you said as long as we're in how many dollars? Did you say $100?
Wait a minute, say that again.
Did you say as long as we're within $100?
What I said was, this is your information. And we always start with a quantity of 1 per share. Well, in the first alternative. I want you to fill this chart out, assuming you sold 1 item. Can you sell 1 item and tell me, there's no proposed here. If you sell 1 item, what's the loss going to be? It's going to be a loss. How much is that loss going to be? Because you got fixed costs and you sell 1 item. So all I want you to do is to fill out column 1 first. These are the assumptions. You should have those. And now you're filling out what's going to be the case if I sell 1 item. Can we handle that? Can you sell 1 computer? Terrell, can you sell 1 computer?
I'm trying to.
Can you sell 1 computer?
I'm trying to. Hold up.
What's the selling price of 1 computer?
2,500.
500.
What's the cost of 1 computer?
1,500.
So what's the contribution margin of each computer? And we had all 1,000.
1,000.
Why is it? Okay. What are our fixed costs?
150,000.
150,000 is our fixed cost. So what is our? I know I did that. Now let me put that back. Okay, so if you sold 1 item, what would your net income look like and actually be a loss? What would your loss be?
149,000.
Thank you. 149,000. Wrong there.
Professor Boyd.
Yes.
So when we hold on, let me formulate my thought. So the difference is in the variable in the sale is going to be your net loss or income.
Say that again.
So the difference from your net loss of sale is gonna ultimately determine your net loss or income.
Yes, sales less the variable cost, contribution margin, less the fixed cost, net income. So what you're saying is correct. You got sales. You're gonna select variable costs. Then you're gonna deduct variable costs, get a contribution margin. Then you're gonna deduct fixed costs to get a net income. So you got to subtract both items, their costs. So sales minus variable costs minus fixed costs gives us net income. Must be Terrell. He ought to be in his room.
I don't even have a background.
All right. Let's go to situation 3 next. I mean, is there any other question on 1? I'd hope that if I gave you a quiz today, you could do column 1. Is there anybody who can't do column 1 on the quiz?
Why we skipping straight to 3? We can't go to 2?
Because 2, 3, we'll skip it, Brady. You can get out of order sometime. Break even is really what we're trying to find out. How many do we have to sell to break even? And the other formulas come off of this, okay? So just take my word for it that the second thing you're going to do after you do column 1 of the problem, you'll come to column 3 and come up with a break-even quantity. And to get that break-even quantity in column 3, you're going to use this formula, Brady. So everybody calculate break-even quantity. Let's see who can calculate a break-even quantity. You got 2 minutes.
So we're using the same assumptions, right?
Same assumption. Why you want? So what's the quantity, Shanika?
Shakana. 150. I got 150.
Yeah, she just, Shakana has 150.
Why you put 150,000? Because I only got 150.
Yeah, should be. I was thinking. So how we get 150?
The fixed cost divided by the contribution margin.
So we take the fixed cost, 150,000. We divide that by
1,000.
the contribution margin. That's why I got it bold up here, 1,000. That's going to give you 150. You see that, Brady?
Mm-hmm.
So why you pretend you didn't understand?
Well, I got it now that we went over it, but I was going to get it wrong on the quiz. I definitely 100% was going to get it wrong.
All right, let's fill out column 3 to make sure the 150 is right. What's 500 times 150?
375,000. I couldn't hear what you said before that.
We now must fill out this column to make sure we get 0. To make sure the one works. So we're gonna multiply everything over here by 150.
Gotcha.
So 500 times 150 is what?
375,000.
1,500 times 150.
225,000.
1,000 times 150.
150.
150,000.
You can subtract these numbers. So you can get it 2 ways. You can multiply by the contribution margin, or you can go and subtract these 2 numbers. The fixed cost is what?
150,000. 150,000.
So we're dead on target to prove, Brady, that the 150 does produce a net income of 0. Got it?
Professor Boyd, is there a case where you would use the formula and somehow when you go through the steps get a different number?
Yeah, you made a mistake.
But which number would that second number prove you right? Would it be like would that reveal the appropriate numbers? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Then you say 150.
Mhm.
It's us this proposed zero.
Mhm.
Oh, this is what we're proposing. Your product, okay, that you have.
Mhm.
And with the product that you all are making, trying to come up with what quantity is going to cause it to be zero. Now you can see you might need all your costs together and everything.
Right.
Can you tell us how to do how to get the quantity for column 2 or column 4? Because I forgot how to start the quantity with that one.
You do the, you can go, Professor, since you was finna talk.
Now you go ahead.
You do the, for the target loss, what you do is the fixed cost minus the target loss, and then you divide all that by the contribution margin. And
Okay,
then,
okay, I see.
yeah, they go the formulas right there.
Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
didn't put the word quantity, so I didn't understand.
What's it gonna be, Brady?
Oh,
Huh?
What's it gonna be? What's the quantity gonna be to produce $100,000 loss?
Oh wait, let me do the math.
What's it gonna be?
My target loss.
How much?
Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I did this right. My target loss is the zero, right?
The target loss is
The
100,000.
100,000. Okay. Okay, never mind. Oh,
Professor Boyd, you can't there's no way of knowing the target loss if you don't have the proposed, right?
it's 50,000.
Bad to me.
That's wrong.
How many?
just 50.
Oh, 50. What?
Are you always gonna give us the proposed?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I just asked.
Yes. In fact, on your project, you'll be using these numbers, determine, because you're going to prepare this income statement, and I want to know the quantity that's going to produce this, this, and this.
So on the if I'm gonna do tomorrow, we just do 4 columns. The first one, the loss, the break even, and then the income positive for $1 million.
So can we prove this, that this is going to generate $100,000 loss? What's the sales?
This is wrong.
125,000.
Variable costs?
75,000.
Contribution margin?
50,000.
Fixed costs? What's the loss? $50,000 income, less 150 fixed cost.
100,000.
100,000.
$100,000 loss, which is what we were looking for.
Hey, so Professor Boyd, so I see what you were saying now when you said that to find column 3 first, because at this point now we're just going through and doing what we did to find the stuff in column 3, correct?
Correct.
And that's
We
for the rest.
we're adjusting it for a target loss and now target profit. So we always want to, after we do column 1, want to go to column 3. It's an easier column because it's simply what? Fixed costs less this contribution margin number. That's why I got it so big. Now, it's on you.
So real quick, I heard somebody ask a question about you can't get. I think it's Nathaniel. You can't get it without having to propose, right? So if there is no proposed provided, how do we go about doing that?
You always got to propose. Remember, we
Okay.
plan. And so for your product that you're making, I want you to tell me what is set on your final exam. It's set. I want to know the quantity to lose 100,000, the quantity to break even, and the quantity to make $1 million. This is set for the rest of the course.
Also,
Okay. Okay.
gonna cover.
All the way through your project, all the way through your final exam. A 0 break even, $100,000 loss, and $1 million profit.
Okay. That makes sense.
Professor Boyd, and remember in tutorials we weren't just hitting these exact numbers. So this is what I was talking about because I did the practice problems in the book yesterday. So if we don't hit exactly 100,000, you said we have to be in between no less than 100.
Got to be within $100.
Okay. Okay.
All right, everybody see if they can get the quantity for $1 million so that we can proceed on.
Is it the same? It's not the same formula as the target loss formula, right?
How many formulas did I tell you have to memorize?
I ain't memorized them 3.
3. You said 3.
Can you scroll? There we go. Right
You
there.
said
One, the formula for break even, another formula for target loss, and another formula for target profit. So if you stop being hard here and memorize these formulas, your life gonna be a lot better.
but we
Some-
said Dr. Boyd, we
some
said
of
yesterday it's gonna be hard.
What?
We said yesterday that might be a little hard.
To what? Memorize 3 formulas?
Well, you make it sound like it's just 3 formulas.
That's all it is.
It's a little more complex than
Formula
that.
1, break even equals fixed cost over contribution to margin. That's all it is.
Dang,
That's the formula. Fixed cost over contribution margin. Can you remember that?
yeah.
Target loss. Fixed cost minus target loss over contribution margin. Can you remember that?
Yeah. The last 2 I can remember. Because target loss and target profit are the same, just the plus and minus. I think I just worried about
Yep, all it is. So you
I just
remember
worried.
so that you will, you're not going to look for this and all of that. You remember it and work it. So I'm just telling you, you aren't gonna have all the time in the world, and you need to have these formulas down. You don't need to be looking for the formula and trying to do work. Got it?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. How many for $1 million?
151,000.
Anybody else get 151,000?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Oh, okay. All right, so what sales?
2,875,000.
Prodigal son is returning home.
I told you.
He was
I
trying
just
to
had
get
to.
on. He was trying to get on us about the other day, saying we weren't coming to office hours, Terrell.
I didn't get that number for
Oh,
sales.
Hold on.
What
Let me
I
read
did
it.
not either.
I
Me
got
either. I got 3 million.
300. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I got.
377,500,000.
you got how much?
Oh wait, I multiplied the wrong number.
377,500,000.
Oh no, I ain't get
You got 3 million.
377, comma. Oh, that's 3 million. I'm tripping.
that.
I was wondering why my numbers was off.
770.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Okay, multiply.
What you
You
talking
got
about? Is it 377,500,000? That's what you got, Shakana?
Yeah, that's right.
377,500,000.
So it's 377, comma.
377.
500,000. Yeah, comma 500,000, comma 000.
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I
Yeah,
got.
that's what I got.
That's what else? Carol's computer does only, his calculator only goes so high.
And then I got
He trying to play you.
226,500,000.
You 26 million. What? 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about your calculator, Terrell.
Okay, baby. Compliments of Apple iPhone Pro 12 Pro. So if it's
The
messed
other
up,
one is 1,501,151 million.
Flex.
A million what?
151 million.
151, comma.
Yeah. And the rest is millions.
1,000 comma what?
No,
No,
151, comma 00,
151.
comma 00.
1 comma
No,
No.
151, comma.
151
1
million. That's it.
151 comma
Mm-hmm.
6 zeros.
just zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rest of them 6 zeros. No,
Now I got to subtract 150,000.
Oh yeah, my calculator did.
100. Mm.
Maybe 150,850,000. Or no, don't worry about it.
That's what I got too.
All right. What's the sales again?
That.
Over cost. What's the variable cost?
226,500,000.
What's contribution margin?
151 million.
1,551,000.
Professor Boyd,
But you know what?
the quantity sold is wrong.
Aha.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't wrong from the start. So y'all,
I said that.
Why
Dr. Boyd.
Why is wrong?
No, y'all didn't.
It's 1,000.
It's 1,150.
How much?
Yeah.
1,150.
1,000.
y'all was telling me my number was wrong.
It was still been wrong.
So how the sales now?
Wait, why that? I don't get it because I'm
The
doing it.
sales is 2,875,000.
Still would have been wrong, Terrell.
What our cost?
Hey, no, I wouldn't have. That's the number I had. It's on my
You said
laptop as we.
3.
What's the cost?
1,725,000.
I can't believe y'all came for me, and I was right.
Oh Lord.
Hey, bro, I was behind you, Tiro. I was behind you.
Behind me, yelling at me, telling me it was wrong.
That one 1,150,000. 1,150,000.
Back down cost. We get $1 million.
I'm not getting that number. How y'all get that number on the quantity?
When you go to the equation right there, you gotta add 150,000 plus 1 million and then divide it by 1,000.
I did, and I'm not getting that.
Cause
You gotta. Oh, go ahead.
Should be 1,150,000, right?
yeah.
150,000 plus 1 million
150.
divided by 1,000, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I still didn't get that. I don't know how.
So you probably
Well,
what you
you
probably
need
do
to do the.
if you're not
You
using
can
those
add first.
them down, the map
Every
down.
dividing by, something like
You said
this.
what?
Add
It's-
first. Like do what's in the parentheses
If
first.
you're
Don't do it all together.
If you're dividing by 1,000, you simply need to move your zeros 3 places over. When you're
Oh,
dividing by,
I got it.
move your zero 3 places.
Got
So you
you.
don't even need
I
a
got it.
calculator. 3 zeros, move it 3 zeros, that's your number. I help y'all out some. Get those calculators a break. 9 by 10, you move the 0 1 place. 100, you move it 2 places.
You got your comments?
No.
Do put 150,000 plus the 1 million in your calculator
Okay.
and press equal.
Divided by 1,000.
Okay, now
Oh,
press
I was doing it
divide.
all together. That's
I'm about
why.
to say then press divide and do.
Yeah, I had just did it all together instead of pressing that equal sign, then dividing.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all got that down now? Good. Let's begin to look at part 3 of the project, which will be due on Monday.
Wait, what's part 2?
Excuse me, part 2. This is part 2. So on your project, these are the assumptions that you got to have.
Is that on Blackboard?
Yes.
Okay.
You've got to have a selling price, which is a multiple of direct materials and direct labor only. Okay. They had 1, 2, 3, 4 direct materials. So their total raw materials was 230. Their labor, they can make 2 and 20. So their unit price is 250, and their selling price multiple is 2. So that's how they get to 500. So that's the first thing you do. Okay? So you got to have bought all your raw materials. You're supposed to have them bought. Determine how much it's going to take and what you're going to pay the people. And boom. Let me just see. You're going to have two other variable costs, bad debts and selling expenses. Let your bad debts be 10% and your selling expenses 20% of the selling price. Bad debts 10%, selling expenses 20% of the selling price. So when we get ready to get our unit variable costs, direct materials, labor, bad debt, selling expense, total variable cost. Now each project has different numbers, okay, and not these numbers. Team last year copied these numbers. No, you need your own numbers, not these numbers. Got it? Good. Then you're going to have three fixed costs: manufacturing overhead, administrative expense, and interest expense. So you've got three fixed costs: manufacturing overhead, administrative expense, and interest expense. Your fixed cost has to exceed $100,000 in the first year, $200,000 in the second year, and $300,000 in the third year. So you got three different fixed costs based on the year. I'll just let you go 3 years, even though you may have more people in the team. You just go 3 years. Okay. You go through and look up stats on your company to get your manufacturing overhead. So these are the categories. Probably we're going to rent the building. Don't worry about having depreciation for the building. So let's just. Because you'd have to buy a building for you to have depreciation. So I'm just going to, let's see. I'll set my back. Doesn't want to let me, well, I'll just put them in red. Okay, so no depreciation on the building. Okay. Now up here, make sure you got whole numbers. Okay, no cents. So round everything to the nearest dollar. Okay. And so you're estimating, so you want dollars. So this is your manufacturing overhead. You're not supposed to have depreciation on the building, but you will have depreciation on the equipment. So you're renting the building. Here's your depreciation on the equipment here. So this is your manufacturing equipment. Then you have administrative equipment too, so you got depreciation on that. Now, your depreciation comes from this schedule, so you don't just stick a number in. You use a 5-year life to calculate your depreciation. So you got to estimate the cost of what you're buying and buy, get your total cost of all your equipment, manufacturing side, administrative side. Then you're going to divide by 5 years. So everybody using a 5-year life to come up with, like they came up with 34,320 for the manufacturing overhead. And that's where you have this number here. Then they came up with 31,500 for the administrative equipment, and they got 31,500 here. So those depreciation numbers flow from this chart. Also flowing from this chart is your interest expense. And your interest expense is going to be 10% of what you borrow. So when you buy this equipment, you're borrowing. And so whatever that total equipment cost is, your interest is 10% annually.
Excuse me. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Where did they get all these numbers from? Like they making it up or?
The person who's doing this actually made wigs. And so for the product you're making, you go online and Google financial statement for the type of product you're making.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Then each year, you got your manufacturing overhead. You got your fixed costs. So you got 3 fixed costs. So from now on, you got 3 fixed costs: manufacturing overhead, administrative expense, and interest expense. You got 3 fixed costs. And you do those by year. Here's the variable costs. So if their selling price is 50 and their variable cost of 400, then their UCM was 100. Okay. Then they calculated a quantity to lose 100,000, break even, earn $1 million. So you can stop there. Lose 100,000, break even, and earn $1 million. So this is a template a former student created. So future students would not be so stressed. She said, Dr. Boyd, I'm gonna help future students out. I'm gonna create this template for you. And you can use it. If all they gotta do is fill out the template with their expenses, not this team's expenses, but your own, and you have part 2. You need a logo. You need to plan to sell on Amazon and talk about Amazon selling expenses. And you might talk about how the pandemic's going to impact your business. How it's going to do so great. Any questions? Any comments?
So this template on Blackboard is like blank, so we can fill out ourselves, or we gotta erase all that.
You erase it, but all you do is go in here and delete them.
Okay.
Goodness. So you go in here
And we're gonna find the bad debt expense and the selling expense from the financial statement, right?
No, you're just going to use 10% and 20%.
Okay.
So that you're using 10% for bad debt, 20% for selling, and you're going to base it on your selling price.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
it. Any other questions?
You said this is due Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, so what's due Monday?
Bro,
Who said anything about Monday?
You
Somebody
did. You just said it. You said it like 15 minutes ago. You're like, this is part 2 or whatever's due on Monday.
Well, I meant Tuesday.
he
Oh,
meant to.
Monday would be a good day.
okay. So y'all trying to play me and laugh at me.
Let's see. But you're going to see that in terms of what we're working with is all going back to the same thing that we started off with. You got to come up with a unit cost consisting of materials, labor. You got to get overhead, and we're planning, so we use the overhead differently now. We added in bad debt expense and selling expense, so we added those in. That's not a lot of work. And like I say, this person did it, didn't have a template. This person did it and didn't have a template. I said, Dr. Boyd, I'm gonna help out your future students. I'm such a nice person. And I know they need the help. And so I'm going to help them out. Okay, let's see what else we need for today. Now, it should be obvious that if you make a mistake in these numbers, everything on your project gonna be wrong. Okay? Everything on your project's gonna be wrong if you make a mistake on those numbers. Okay?
So those should be our numbers.
You just gotta do them right, and then you gotta make those calculations correct. Because eventually you're gonna have to prepare some budgets. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it to shift here. Okay. Okay, so Tuesday, we move on to the master budget. So you'll be preparing a master budget for your project. And the starting point of that master budget is the calculation of your quantities. And you have to have a sales budget, production budget, selling administrative budget, direct labor, manufacturing overhead, a cash budget, then a budget income statement and balance sheet. So you got to prepare all of those budgets. In the primer, we have this discussion of how to prepare each budget. And this is our in-class problem that we will begin on next time in terms of how to prepare those budgets, starting with the sales budget. Your assumptions have to begin to look like this because we're going to be basing everything on quarterly results. And so the first budget we have is a sales budget. And I'm gonna be a nice guy and I'll do the sales budget in this problem for you, but then each team will have another one of those budgets to do. And so sometime in terms of master budget quantity solutions and everything, this is a nice little template to use. So it's in the next chapter in terms of laying everything out and coming up with your quantities and everything. But these costs being correct and your quantities calculated being correct are very important. So in that regard, I need everybody to send me an email.
What email you want?
Send me an email requesting your quiz for today.
Alrighty.
That's the boy.
No.
What the hell? I got it. Dr. Boy, I'm about to go vote early. What you doing, Dr. Boy?
Send me an email requesting your quiz for today.
What's your email?
Oh.
You don't know my
Never mind. Never mind, I got it.
Professor Boyd.
Yes.
Hey, this is Joanna. I want to email you because tomorrow I won't be able to attend your office hours because I have to work. But one of the assignments that you gave me is 04. I realized that it was because it was a group project and my team member emailed it to you or turned it in, but I got a 0 for it.
We'll work on that later.
I know, but I'm going to email you. So I'm just letting you know that to look out for that email.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you get mine? Chicanos?
Not yet. Let me just a second.
Yeah, refresh those emails. They're coming in.
Okay, let me see if I can find my Outlook. Okay. Okay, so I guess Shakana was the first one here. She said she needs the quiz. Okay. Sean.
Professor Boyd,
Yes.
what is your email again? I got to go through my personal because Illusion is not, how do you say it? It's not working.
Joseph.boyd@tsu.edu.
Okay, thank you.
I don't like how this quiz and you gave us.
This is nothing like yours is to do with that.
Professor Boyd, you sending it now?
Getting to yours now. On your name now.
Okay.
Professor Boyd, you sent mine?
Not yet. You were slow. You don't have to 6:30, so.
Professor Boyd,
Yes.
a recruiter from Wells Fargo just reached out to me. They
Okay.
want to interview with me next week for a position in Atlanta. I don't want to move to Atlanta.
I see you, Terrell.
Chill out, bro. Chill out. Shit, I need a nap.
Professor Boyd, when do you want this in?
6:30.
Okay.
Sheesh. It's gonna take that long?
Right,
No.
it don't take that. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna, I ain't
No,
complaining.
I'm saying is it that much that's gonna need that much time. I'm kind
We'll have
of
to-
nervous. You know I work slow on this stuff.
Professor Boyd, can I finish mine like in the office hours or something tomorrow? Cause I gotta go to work. You still haven't sent it. Like,
Did everybody get a quiz?
I didn't get one.
Me neither.
Who didn't get one?
Me,
Brady.
Sierra
Zaria.
Ghost doesn't have one either.
I didn't get one as well, Mr. Boyd.
Let me go name. Who's first person? Give me a name.
Kiara Golson, I haven't gotten mine, but can I finish in the office hours? Like I sent like over 10 minutes ago, and I have to go to work.
You have to go to what time?
Well, it's 5:34 right now. Like I have to be to work like by 5:45, so I kind of need to like leave. I'm kind of like I've been waiting, but you still haven't seen my quiz.
Oh, a half an hour. What the heck?
Hey, my bad. Well, I had lost.
Mute, please. Mute.
My, hey, Professor Boyd, are you still sending them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had dropped off Wi-Fi, so I didn't know what was going on.
Dasmond, did you get one? Phillips?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Dixon, you're next, I guess.
Thank you.
I have a question.
I'm still sending out, so you have to wait.
Okay.
Anybody without a quiz now?
I still don't have a quiz.
I don't have one either.
Email me again. Email me again.
Okay.
You said email you again?
Yes, because I didn't get an email.
I definitely sent one. Let me turn them off.
Professor Boyd, did you get my email?
No.
I'm having trouble. My stuff. Oh my god.
Okay, let me go.
Huh?
I'm gonna go
Professor
in the.
Boyd, I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
go in
send it
the.
to my.
No, this. I'm gonna put it in Blackboard.
Okay.
You put mine in Blackboard?
Yes. I'm putting it in there.
Can this be due at like 11:59? No, seriously, Professor Boyd.
Yeah, can it be due later? I have a class at 6.
And I ain't get mine yet, so. Is it under assignments, Professor Boyd?
That's coming now. I'm getting ready to put it in.
Okay.
So anybody who don't have one, just go into assignments and get the one in assignments.
Hey, Professor Boyd, it's the CVP quiz 1 or just the CVP quiz?
The last one there, so I guess it's the
Okay.
Am I supposed to have a question? Am I supposed to have a productivity rate?
I hope so. Which one do you have?
It says 14-3. It's no productivity rate in here.
Send it to me.
Okay, I'm on.
Professor Boyd, is it the CVP quiz 1?
It's the latest. It's the bottom one.
I don't see nothing.
So see, whatever you see there, do it.
Okay, I sent it.
Professor Boyd, can I ask you a question?
Just a second.
Mine still never popped up either for my test.
What? Use the one in assignments.
Professor Boyd, you said to round these numbers, right? Don't include the decimals?
Yeah, round them and just be within $100.
All right.
So what are you saying, Paul?
I don't have a productivity rate.
Me and Siobhan is different.
Got 1/2 hour there.
Who is this bullshit?
Oh, you know what? Okay. But it don't even say like.
Yeah, so
That's weird.
that means you can do what, 2 an hour. Okay. So if you got this 14-3 CV quiz 4, your productivity rate is 2.
$2 per hour? Oh, just 2. Okay, never mind.
Takes you 1/2 hour to make 1, so that means you can make 2 an hour.
Okay, gotcha.
Boy, I'm kind of confused now.
Why are you confused?
Because I don't know what y'all talking about.
Which one do you have?
The 14-3.
So what you confused on?
So you said productivity rate. What is? I don't even understand what that is. But even before that,
They can make two.
huh?
They can make 2 per hour. So it says take a half an hour. That means they can make 2 an hour.
Oh, okay. So it's $10. So it's $10 for a half an hour. So it's 20. So for 1 hour, they can make 2 for $20 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That kind of answered my question too.
So just assume it's 2. The hourly rate is $10, and you can make 2 an hour. So assume
So
the hour.
1/2 to 2.
The hourly rate is $10, and you can make 2 an hour.
I'm just gonna reword that because it's confusing me.
That's fine. And don't worry about that. About the break even after hiring an accountant. Don't worry about that column.
So because I see we probably skipped over this part during the during.
What part we skipped over?
So to start off, first off, we need to calculate those costs up top, right?
Mm-hmm.
To determine what the selling price is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fixed cost will be the combination of the manufacturing overhead and the administration expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Professor Boyd, on my quiz, I have 2 charts. Which chart do you want me to fill in?
Both of them. What 2 do you have?
So I have one that says
The top one.
the one that say break even after hiring an accountant.
Scratch that column out.
So you don't want me to do the one that say target income of 1 million?
No. Scratch out the break even.
All right.
I meant the break even after hiring an accountant.
Okay.
So just eliminate that column.
Okay. Professor Boyd, on my chart, I have to add the quantity sold because
Yeah,
it don't
yeah,
have quantity sold. It just says sales.
add it.
Okay.
Professor Boyd,
Yes,
do
Chris.
we have do we do we have to add the selling expense?
Of course.
Okay.
Do we add it to our unit cost to get the total variable cost?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we just talk about that?
Professor Boyd, can you hear me?
Yes.
When we're calculating the total variable cost, do I need to include the labor, the direct labor?
Of course.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Professor Boyd,
Yes.
do you want us to, on quiz 3, do you want us to include the selling expense into the selling price, or do we determine the selling price and then add the selling expense on top of that?
No, you're doing your selling price with only raw materials and labor.
So we get our unit cost and then we add the selling price.
You have to calculate raw materials and labor, calculate a selling price, then calculate selling expenses.
Can add those two together to get the total variable cost.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Professor Boyd,
Yes,
we only multiply the selling expense one time, right? We'll add it one time.
mm-hmm,
And that's to get the unit cost. After that, we leave the selling expense alone, right?
correct.
Okay.
Professor Boyd,
Yes,
to get the fixed cost, we do the um, administrative expense plus the manufacturing overhead.
correct,
We add those, right?
correct.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Professor Boyd, what is this due at 11:59? Because I have someone to be at 6:30.
Let's do it 6:30. If it's
Is
later,
what?
you lose points.
But I didn't get
Professor Boyd, I
mine
gotta
till
go vote.
I didn't get mine till late though.
A 15-minute thing to do.
This ain't 15 minutes.
This ain't working.
Hey, Professor Boyd, question.
Yes.
So my break even, right? My break even came out to be about $20 short from zero and out. Is that okay? Is that an okay range to be in?
Yes, you have to just be within $100.
Great. All right, thank you.
Professor Boyd,
Yes, Krishan.
why did you add this selling expense?
Just treat it like another variable expense. So you have three variable, you have enough variable expense.
Hey, Professor Boyd,
Mm-hmm.
just for clarity. So when we're doing the loss, right? So we're doing the fixed cost minus the amount required to for the loss to earn a loss to lose, which is 100,000, and then you divide all of that by the contribution margin.
Make a decision.
What does that mean?
Make a decision.
I decided to ask.
You go ahead and make a decision.
Okay. Let me try to figure it out.
Okay, time's up. I'll see you all on Tuesday.
Wait, Professor Boyd,
Yes,
can you tell me how I did on my quiz?
I hadn't looked at it yet.
Okay. Are you gonna have them graded by Tuesday?
I'll try to.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Boy,
Professor Boyd, mine's gonna be a little late.
yeah, give me like 15 minutes that I use at the front end. Give me that on the back end
All
to get my stuff. I'm gonna
All
turn it in though.
All right,
All right.
15 minutes. You too,
Thanks.
Krishan.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.